On high seas. That's it for the front page for the Chronicle. Next stop is the Daily Statesman. Supreme Court rejects old ID cards as EC humiliates NDC in new voters' fight. Also on the front page of the Daily Statesman, I beg your pardon, Cabinet approves bill to decentralize births and death registration. NPP to acclaim Akufo-Addo as flag bearer tomorrow. That's that for the Daily Statesman. The Ghanaian Times is next, and we have go ahead with new voters register without old voter ID. Supreme Court rules. Police tasked to enforce wearing of masks in Accra. So for those of you who have the habit of leaving your nose mask behind, in fact, like myself, we are being warned that the police have been tasked to enforce the wearing of nose masks in the city of Accra. So anytime we step out of the comfort of our homes, let's make sure we have our nose masks on. Cabinet approves bill to decentralize birth-death registration. IGP, that is the Inspector General of Police, confers with political party representatives. And earthquake imminent in Accra, likely to follow Wednesday's tremor. That's from the GGSA, that's the Ghana Geological Survey Authority. Turning our attention to the back page of the paper, 6.2 million face masks produced locally to combat COVID-19. That should be some good news. Not just for Ghanaians, but for the manufacturing industry in particular. Tema NCCE sensitizes residents on sanitation. The Daily Guide is our next port of call. No old voter ID. Supreme Court throws out tricky NDC. And Bawumia announces births and deaths decentralization. Earth tremors shake Accra. KNUST gets first female vice chancellor. That's it for the Daily Guide. Finally, the Daily Graphic is our stop, and we have Supreme Court affirms CI 126. The front page of the Daily Graphic. Supreme Court affirms CI 126. Registration starts without old voter ID birth certificate. NPP to acclaim Akufo-Addo flag bearer tomorrow. All right. So turning our attention to the back page, we have youth clash with military at Patrensa, and farmers in Gomwa Central receive free oil palm seedlings. So that's it for the newspapers as we have it. Come back to the studio, and of course, I'm joined on the glass table by one of my guests this morning. He is Mr. Opon Checheku. I think he's a fine artist, or I guess a person within the creative arts industry, and he's seated in front of us. And I don't know if you can see this yet. There is a kind of object on the glass table. Looks like an abstract 3D object, but Opon Checheku will take us through that. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good. You?
Good. Ibiya Boko. What's up?
Ibiya fine.
Nice, nice. Na anope ube yema yeniaje kakra na den na esi table no so.
We abstract work. Send our kind, you know, and many people, and like magazines. On say, me thinking about the environment. Mostly issue papers. By the end, you know, where do they go? Okay. These are the questions we don't ask ourselves.
All right.
On say, be a good car council a little chrome, memo chrome, you know, me call around, and I'm calling the magazines, ne papers among for Jays, you know, and I'm the creative workway. But work and Casano, Senis or Nobia, what's your own say? From different angles, whether you say a city, let's say, Quad Butcher, among sort of and by net tuna mattress was on.
Fantastic. Okay, that is the 3D image of Net2 TV. We'll come more into the artwork or the art piece that's on the glass table now. But let's find out a bit about you. Upon Chichiku, you bisa unewaya.
Upon Chichiku, young upcoming artist.
Right.
And I'm into fine arts, abstract, landscape, and all the art you can think of.
Okay.
Me call me school, secondary school, Donkor Secondary, and I'm to also call Ganata College of Art. I'm to also call Takrady Technical University. Me cry HAD in fine arts, that's commercial arts painting.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can say myself on.
That's a summary of you. And since we school, no, what are some of the highlights? Then we say this path that I have taken is really my calling.
Oh, as me now to say, me artist.
Okay.
Let's say uni there, ubina so many interests. So now my interest here, agric and arts, but to choose, you can't work with all the two.
Okay.
So as I mean, back when say a baby, so me choose arts, say me the my lifestyle.
Okay, fantastic. Your producer be the Ubemano.
Okay.
Kobe, we show be or be expose you fine.
Okay.
Now no pay expose the audio bay for the dialogue, no.
Oh, okay. Send it. Okay. I do it that way. I'm saying baby out no be hunu.
Okay.
Say me cham the track camera. Ubu say Oshe Hana. SN. Yi.
Okay.
Tunua.
Okay.
It's one him say. Say. Sekta bebe chikakra.
I'm be zoom out.
We dey zoom them quite chikra. So zoom quite chikra. Abun say medio hano. I say
a bush shadow be one.
Yeah, Tunua. I say something like T here. And then the E is also here. And the N, yeah. I say abstract makes reference of realism.
Right.
So since it's not that real, since you can see the two inside, you know,
right,
it tells you something.
Right.
Yeah, but if like it were to zoom past a because me the fully try, and I will say it's them correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So with this, I can see something that there's something.
There's something etched in the middle.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right. Congratulations about that. But what inspired you? Then I'm out and say, okay, because in art you can decide to go using your brush and the paints or pencil or even pen to do stuff. What made you go into recycling of stuff as art?
Yeah, I would say beginning, me kind of say mostly inspire me two things: the environment and nature.
Okay.
Because now in the art world, obi a painting, obi a brush, and with much works, with me a fine painting, as in painting realism, but that one doesn't sell much.
Okay.
But in the materials, you need to think more, because if I'm to paint you, or reference picture, I paint what I see. But with this one, you have to think outside the box.
Okay.
So with this one, it makes you more creative. And the environment now, it helps you solve problems. As this one, I'm solving problem, that's sanitation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. So going forward, how would you maybe encourage your colleagues, those, looking for opportunities to make something for themselves, young and maybe possibly jobless now? How would you encourage them to take the path that you have taken?
Okay, I would say, well, in this life, nothing good comes up easy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and there is no shortcut to in life or making it. So I would say whatever they are good at, even if not in art, but whatever they are good at, that can influence people positively. They should keep on doing. One day to be their time also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why call any exhibitions? Why are any exhibitions by yourself?
No,
Since
please.
okay.
No, please.
Are there any plans for that?
Yeah, there are a whole lot because as I know, me have service
Okay.
health clinic. So once I'm home now, I'm working and gathering up work. Say me service now. Me mount exhibition to some of my colleague artists.
Okay, so this what you are doing is part time.
Yeah,
It's
part-time.
like your hobby kind of things. Does it sell?
Wow.
Are you a rich boy?
No, I'm not. I'm nothing I get.
Nothing you get, but something you will get.
Yeah, someday, hopefully.
Someday you get.
Yeah, hopefully.
What does the future look like? I mean, are there people encouraged to at least have people shown interest in what you're doing, like we have shown interest? And what does it say for you?
Well, the future looks promising, and most people have interest in what I do. But mostly, one thing about Africans is we don't promote our own.
Right.
Yeah, you do the thing, you'll be fair. Oh, so be obisa so. Entiado me buawa, and then I'll be to more. But what people do is, oh, fair, fachem. If you do for them, they don't mostly tip you off. Yeah, but in general, they will be fair. Obi anyanka obi. But say we push you need the and a problem kakra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So now, you will show be a friend of my spot.
Okay.
You have a detailed time.
Okay.
I mean, our program, no better me can everything from A to Z about your talent and your product. Yeah, that's say and pay. At least you've come to decorate the dialogue for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Upon Checheku.
Yes, sir.
Right, so we are back into the studios, and just before we get to our next conversation, Franco Trading Enterprise has introduced branded Franco television sets onto the Ghanaian markets. The sizes range from 36, 40, 43, and 55 inches with a free wall mount at affordable prices. We also have in stock all the latest mobile phones and its accessories, laptops, tablets, printers, and what have you. Of course, Franco phones are dotted around the capital, including Adabraka, Accra, La Paz, Circle, Osu, Tema, Medina, Hacho, and in the eastern region, Koforidia, the capital, and in the Volta region, Ho and Kaswa in the central region. To reach them via telephone 0302 225651. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone, Papa Fie. Just before Upon Checheku leaves, as Abia Manford Nyaji or product, and so until you chomo number Abi Obi Pebia.
Okay.
Until Bow number no, and I be on Bihu.
Okay, my number is 0244 126675. And also call Instagram so Checheku_19. Or the who works na me any na bia works na upeso na bia honum. Just Instagram Checheku_19. Then a Facebook to upon Checheku and so be whom honum.
Thank you very much, Minya. That's it. Right. The living room is welcoming you back to delectable, traditionally home-cooked foods at their premises. Of course, you know where living rooms are located at East Legon. Right. So when you get there, just be reminded that anti-COVID-19 protocols are still so no mask, no entry. Go to living rooms for all your favorite dishes, ranging from banku and okra soup to the most fantastically tasting jollof rice. They are open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Fantastic. Seated on the glass table now is my main or second guest, if I should put it that way, Mr. Christian Donkor, a chartered accountant and a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana. As you know, this show, The Dialogue, is streamed on our social media platforms at Net2TVGH. So you can watch this show via YouTube and Facebook social media channels. Of course, there are regular updates on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram media handles as well. This morning, like I said, the issue primarily remains financial. We discussed finances on Friday, as we've tagged it, the Financial Friday. But of course, we can't forget to just recall a few of the highlights of yesterday's, news razzmatazz blowing across the country as the Supreme Court ruled on the NDC EC voter registration brouhaha. It's all come to an end. Just before we get into that conversation, just let me inform you that, let me just remind us to keep washing our hands with alcohol-based hand sanitizers wash our hands with soap and running water and sanitize our hands with alcohol-based sanitizers, as well as wearing our face masks when we step out. As you read already, the police are now being asked to enforce the mandatory directive on face masks. You don't want to spend 4 to 10 years in prison or pay 12 to 60,000 Ghana cedi fine. So let's adhere to the protocols. Ensure social distancing. A meter or two will be good. In the absence of all these, like I always advise, stay home, tune into Net 2, cross your legs, get your breakfast, and enjoy the dialogue. Right. So, Mr. Donkor.
Yeah. Miss Michiano.
Last week, now, man, for me, coffee. Charlie. Yesikano. Papa no manimbe buaye. Yesikana. Yeah, but you are here today. Maybe you have some more information, and we'll be discussing that.
Yes.
Of course, the NDC held a press conference a couple of days ago on the collapse
on the Monday.
Yes.
On the Monday, yes.
And decided to come out with some interventions they, according to them, will inure to our benefit. But before all the financial matters, did you feel the earthquake or the earth tremor?
Yes.
Were you frightened?
Yes. I think maybe I'm one of your story building, talking as a 3-story building.
Okay.
Me more middle.
Okay.
Ni top no. Na onin family na ho na me tell me say bia oni wife bi no impact no awie anti but na impact no you know
say ni oni ni e bia o say oni because of what you be na impact
na this government say bia
okay
anti anti me say for the first anase obi na wako ho na say oni anti me yes but no impact no but a China madam Fubi the wife friend me say earthquake be a shake on to omra bontiana o me gina bontiana me say oh but
Chief Manfi Mantishi
one day
oh na me call heaven na mantide
ya say wo am say yakopon so ka say oba omon kai and we just say everybody, each and every one must be prepared at any time at all, anything at all can happen.
We are very grateful though, but the Ghana Geological Survey Authority, or more can say, to send a SC 2 days ago, no, it's an indication, say, it's a major one coming.
Yeah.
And that's very quite scary. I don't want to, spread fear. But according to the Geological Survey Authority, it's not me, it's in the Graphic and Times. They're saying this is a precursor for further seismic activity, a major one. Until I don't know, say, Yentina Bontin, Train I don't know how to
but
do
of course, you say identification of a problem is part of his solution.
Fantastic.
So, who say, someone can, even though it's scary, but as I say, a fact so. So I said, rather than say, young can't take you into always be an or let.
Okay.
So I say, and a bema tembiano near maybe our own face, especially your uncle for see weaker houses. Yes, you cry and fat a blocks of papa. What as a foundation here very weak.
This is a wake-up call for all of us.
The young guys coming now. See dino. As I we think of the heavy foundation. So and water-prone areas, and also wake-up call.
Thank you.
I think it's once we have identified it,
We can deal with it. I'm sure, sir. Next week, Safo be invited officials more properly because they are saying some of the combative measures we should identify areas where you fear. Should hide under beds. We should move away from windows and walls because they are likely to be the first, structures to be demolished. So we should come into the center of the rooms and many more. I guess we'll find officials to educate us when time approaches.
It's good.
Right. Okay. Now, I know Supreme Court and also any NBC. And people say, hey, old register. I bet to just say you can't. And later, it is according to graphic, Supreme Court says go ahead without the old voters register. Just in a minute or two.
Yes. Ujaf. No clear woman. Pempi, I see Pempi was in Pempi. Issues are what they call Supreme Court. A idea name to me face the test of time. Until me amodi koi say ya analysis no krawa. Last time bezu as you question say yes way or constitutional mandate to perform or to say obey new register na. Who answer say yes what you say? Until so be sorry say me call Supreme Court. No matter challenge easy. Say our mandate to compile a register. And I say court Supreme Court more easy to say more compile register. As some way, what the corporate lawyers will even advise you say we test of time. But of course, and I am not tembiano. Me question and this is some of their lawyers. In near maybe what any year. I will see Sapata power. The only thing I will be is over demonstration. Who call demonstration? I'm at the end of the day, you take a decision. Wouldn't be because you court you lose. And Yama fire on a Mungo court, me umben Vamo and Mungo court, and now I say, I'm corner, so now court decided not atomdi because they were threatening violence. And I say, and I'm saying violence to court. And I'm quite. Mimi said, we end to me face test of time. And I wasn't too surprised what you are saying. What I will add them is that. And it's good to say I'm fair better or say even though we disagree but we to I mean put to rest all this thing. I mean or want a constitutional mandate. 2016 they were pushing for new register. Near not so or decided say me at that time me new register. It favored one side, it didn't favor other side. The only thing they did was demonstration. Mami so on no violence. And at this time around so you were new electoral commissioner. Two argument obisa me new register obisa me pay. And on we decided say me go ahead. The best thing you can do and they say obey demonstration. And why they've done that. And I say my coincided with one. And the same thing that happened in 2016. The only thing we are say, gather your people to go and register. Give them advice, give them the morale. Obi wa kra na so be call Bolgan na register na say office we be to me from TNT to motivate them. All these things are there. At this moment, violence be any. What do you say? Ne almost na fire will do this, fire will burn. Look. A fire be anywhere but burning. A man phone go out there that time, observe the social distancing and all those things, protocols here. Now register in your card.
Fantastic.
Now and one on the young got to hey, Sabioko chromati and we. So if he said changing our part, what you are. So if he said a cover numbers or teams as well. Why you went to come at the end of the day, I count. Me, I still don't believe, say. Electoral commissioner can still delay. I still don't believe. I still don't believe, especially now that we have biometric registration at the hand. It's very difficult. What you say? All that you need is parties should be vigilant. They should motivate their people. That day you vote no be well alert. Most more system like what NPP did the last time. Hey. before I am going to now system na capture we also set up the same thing when the thing ongoing you start to see abubwa hey go forward the various terminals among information also back capture who position me boa and at the end of the day yabubo whoever wins we accept but Ghana there yempese beshi because nkola na amuba no amu here peace no mo dey sua dey.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. So now let's go into the discussion proper. Monday, you confirmed the NDC organized a press conference. Now, especially concerning the collapsed financial institutions and defunct savings and loans. You found that quite interesting. What did you have to say on that press conference?
Yes, for me, and this I so many press conferences, and then Sami Jemfi,
right?
And always Biano, a yarn press conference, no, and near Moki Kabahono. Tembiama criticized as a completely irrelevant topics.
Okay.
But for the first time, me congratulate him.
Okay.
That the subject they discussed last year was relevant topic.
Okay.
And he said we are not relevant.
Okay.
Because it has something to do with an ordinary person, citizen, who is in a state of distress. And the anything ube pushy sabio, what Traban said, Obi somebody is out there, vulnerable person who has his money locked is crying now. Me feel say irrelevant because nipa ho adwuma na ye no nti all ye me who topic na mo say very good what you say nti me bom na but all the niama miensa bi four bi na me capture here.
Okay.
The first one was speaking about once a receiver na ka say or you so wa win and nti you renew your discussion on the banking because there has been a renewal agitation.
Okay. Right.
Once the Kenya President G2 say me Bibia we left it, especially here and here very vocal. So we went on a recess.
At least.
Say at least here my time, give benefit of the time. And a while we see May ending with two biaka. Sisi I say yenpia. Until there has been a renewal agitation. Until yes we renew. If I wish one day your personal number, your fatwa na me customers me so well text messages. Look, I was there when Safu called me say Usubempa, Reverend, and the other one. Now messages eba any honorable yisono, and you're very good. Threatening messages and young register near the identity. Safu I should leave everything and come because Reverend Usubempa. First honorable can be tea, honorable can why VC. Until I have to go there. Look, information Usubempa, Reverend Usubempa phone, I am. Everybody is can and the sensitive aspect of the whole thing is the strategic payment the receiver is doing now. That's my concern. And baby information if you know so sensitive area. They think say MPP if you don't take care they will suffer, especially at Asante region and one particular bank First Allied. The payment and corporate look me will ask information maybe will as little as 10,000 in TIA. Every call receiver of it and the receiver keep on changing post. No office waha first now or say tower no you call Unicredit for head office war why ke chiro sisi aya so ko ni wo de baby what is that enti omu na
benya crank I was say your friend and receiver
no
our line is
me say our friend no baba ya just separate time
na your friend na your bisaning sem
ana vale to on chain why look and Samijevi came out with it. One, he was speaking about those who have not received anything up to now and since 6 months down the line and who is a coronavirus no a drama for pocket even before I be lockdown. Yeah, that time now you catch your advice with your cell receiver. COVID-19 comes with certain challenges financially.
Right.
And this is opportunity. I will speed up even the process to pay them. Now comes when you be that advice in now. Even lockdown, lock that bank, you know, lock down office. When and one, a minimum receive anything, not two. A minimum receive maybe, but a portion be a command. Now, I wish you play there, you know. As someone come from the beginning, I said, we see when you leap a loophole, somebody will find avenue and teach you there. What I say? Bond, I also with the man called for. I won't find interest in Kawu, Obisika, woman 5 years. However, I won't say 5 years there. Then go to bank and then go discount. And the CBG is discounting almost 50%. It's a buy.
For real?
Yes. So
50%. 50%. And who was
no, I don't want to do
50. And who was 100 cities were Honoma?
Once I back 50,000. 500,000 will pay 50,000.
50 now. Ashi.
And this is what called strategic payment.
Okay.
What I say? That in this case, you receive agitation from the people.
But did the president say they should receive their payments in full?
In full, 100%. President small kind. President quite one mention one.
Okay.
But of course, media me say every payment is payment.
Right.
Bond, this no one and yes, sign a bond working.
Okay.
Bond to be a bare coupon and only the motivation. Obibaka said, Missy can end out for a long time. One man. So what is the motivation for the person to leave the money for that long time? And to would be a catch was a political opponent in the other side. Prepared to do politics with it. And so when we know from the beginning. And 1 year now, Sammy Jemfield or say winning, I'm afraid to be 50-50. Sana would now vulnerable down. Echo. I'm say this now government so bet you 100%. Now or divided the money into two in disguise into winning. Instead of the receiver paying 100%, you know. Why should I say amount bond for 5 years? And you bet to me keep yourself for 5 years and you will get your 100%. Want to me a call CBJ, what on liability now? And immediately no years to come, I'm saying 50%, mama 50. Look, last year program is see her, not a baby. Nissan here is serious. And Nisika is 60,000 or so. On only bond the unit when young formation, coin CB is mobile discount 48%. And to a Shesikanwa, or 48, and I almost 62, and that's obeying 34,000. For that man, what was it? And almost 30-something thousand. Me Ushamia, Infiso. What is, and I want you so bitter. What is it? This payment, you know, a back cause of disaffection for the president. This president is a very good president. He has done everything humanly possible for your listening government will hear the voices. What's the muntia? The people now this is the problem. And the president or you out. And sometimes you won't go for an argument. No more president. No, my standing is a president. Please out. And the people know muntia sikano. They have the problem. They know what they are doing with the money.
Okay.
And or the bond. So they talked about the bond and they said that. When they come, they are going to revoke all the bond. Now, immediately, I'm going to 2021. Mama is going to pay everything on my and go. And Master, what does it tell you? Remember, every crowd on to me, Joe. But information about Kano, this is somebody why you embittered Nisika and Sanka. You can this information very easily to carry those people along.
Okay.
I can see the president. And that is my worry. Me, I just want this president to win this hand down. And then he can sit down. Because Kabanga say men can't do. After all, Nisika and Yami bottom never. But some your Nippon were Jumani again. Some people so are distressed. What I say? And that is why even the two dialogue say, I bet one of the relevant program among from Mr. Kra. Right. Because you bring relevant topics affecting Nipa direct. What you say? Right. And everybody they want to listen here. Right. What you say? Now, Anna, the third year the two diet, they were also talking about the employees. Okay. Say employees now, more banks, say you go bank, no. I mean, you said you'll be a Juma. And he say, Gunwa or Kotrafi. There is always sometimes stimulus a package be a yaw the mouth. Receive now only packaging packaging actual letters about the package or the mouth. As we are speaking now, none of them has received a dime. And you see, because of that, you know, some of this idea also that or causing disaffection between the employees, you know, against the president. That will go on.
Okay. So let me get this clear.
Yeah.
Apart from customers now, depositors now, almost the employees of the defunct institutions.
Very good.
I was saying, more, some restitution be bye package home.
Yeah.
And also that's what you are saying.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, it's on not letter even before I'm validation or can say employees now. I'm more active banks. Of course, bank na be okay. I'm more active banks now. I'm more what they told them said they should stay there. They was going to stay, continue engaging them. And I on call into agreement near daddy. And or more letters, any packages or them. Look, some people are in the house now. They are under distress. They have not paid any time to them.
Okay.
And only in also back. And that's a media video say employees munchio. You go no work traffic and all those. Meanwhile, Sikaya the amount enough to cater for all these things. So why are they not paid? So in this case, you create a loophole for somebody to put in that to do propaganda against the president.
Right.
And then in addition to that, so here, one more now say, I'm here estimate to be na government here 9 billion to solve this banking issue. So they be more be providing liquidity support near the but government are spending 15.6 billion a day and no deal good bank.
Yeah.
And all those and also and so these are 4 key points. Look, Mama started with the even 9 billion now. Government is a year no the stimulus and that's the liquidity supporter. One fine year no more 15 the good banks. Maybe I say auditor ben engaging now. One no the report now here. All for the test show say 9 billion no on here the liquidity support. What does it? And look here, Mama NDC 2015 and massa my time kakra fair.
Okay.
2016 fair really have
our time no. Memo time no. Go the memo time. I say Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa ewo line so anti my channel na Yamanimbe joining common. Good morning, Reverend.
Oh yeah, good morning, Openia.
Mpacho yehoya woso
Yamia domestic home pa.
Yedase say anope wa beka ye ho a ye beka nsem a ya te say ha manfo pa na receiver ne depositors in sensem no ya te say bia beka ho ampa.
Ai no crepa mexia na Machia Mr. Donkor. Many are now in a program. No?
Yeah. Why just so
now Machia will be out. For the past 2 weeks, me, and I'm starting your calls. Teach you know every Kumasi.
Okay.
And Asante region, so many places. Microfinance, no, issue, no. A different commercial magazine, a different so many places. Now, almost ask them catch many say, I'm so much say, so catch me. I said, the American 24 Katama.
Okay.
And she almost too many say, I didn't how mona. No musika, it will go on. But almost some kind. And when she and come in cancel them 24 na almost no madam na and no like that no more be a Juma Cracker. Now, to say, I may be via rough. It didn't cry the almost more can I say. Then phone to Saturn one more. And Yadia on the Twabakra.
Okay.
Now, even on my penny crab, say, be our bad day campaign, maybe be a mobile idiot.
Okay.
In fact, and some material harmy.
Right.
See, we imagine, say, my friend, the Macatan, me pray many as some young cook.
Okay.
You know, appointment to cry or say, here. Now, you need to think more. And I'm afraid, many of these people. Then come a person coming on my penny and Casacusia. Some many disaster non como. And see, Mr. Donkor air cannon and many calls from so many places.
Right.
And you say, you're because everything I had.
Okay. Me okay, yeah, that's it. And to them, Paten, I will catch Mr. Eric Nipa, the receiver, non CCR.
Some in fact, you know, be a method, happy.
Okay.
Import me fell penny and then the Kasai. Now, Penny Crowdy also kind of play the term that almost you should want to yourself upon way NBC. Now, say sabotage of them. And don't you know, I mean, feel say, I also said, and 24 next up upon a Kasa. That's one being a from winning if you're a month before. And Concord Town, now, continue into a more near my share. And can someone minute, I'm a farmer.
Okay.
The meaning strong and coupon to my Ghana, I say entities that a bit to say. Or they are saying a man pen and another uncle Kufado. So, Shania, my papa, a man pen and another area. The dear dancer to Uncle Pong. Edward May.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. It looks like we've lost contact with Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa. He was just about revealing a few, how-tos or what to do by the receiver to correct the wrongs currently. Okay, we've got Reverend Owusu Bempa back on the line. Reverend Pachokoso.
Good, may I say. I'm saying, Unyankupon on the Omei, I said another Dr. Kupadon, sir. So, Shet Namu said the opportunity, said the in fact, we are a Bonabas. Africa, a man to Mubu, if you say, you are sending another out, so the best president. You know, maybe if you say, and president, and I get a move and no may I send.
Right.
Now, the American American said, "Brand Nathan." The American said, "Oh, the Indian must follow more." Nathan to an movie on him, the word of advice, counseling.
Okay.
Now, they my best feedback. Only my best feedback called David in chain, counsel David. A whole lot, Nathan so called on the council, come David, words of advice. And when the man David here, or counsel Nathan, the old can I know, put to the Amamina. And when he confers Zadok, never Banaya, no more than Solomon, no more Fananya King, because after not Donija, ever so funny you. Until the Chambia, when you meet Nipa, a stop Mosso, and so stop Casa. Emma say, Tabi, and 24 among it, Mepua. Yamia Casa, so or the Ahinianama, NTV, I am okay. But I do tell you, when Namuno, I was on a move probably a Juma. Now, Yama, when you are not careful, everything up MPP couldn't be.
Right.
Ever microfinance issue. Any San maybe a cacamono. In fact, a hard because the big one, your penny and crown. If you want to see, it's just say, she almost come on, at least also which one among now, Yanisa, not a day as we give back. Never will be or no, so the only be out in the Sika control. All those say, on my penny, can you not say yes or send for yes? But on my own, don't you? Also, no, from swap bumper, Mr. Bois. May you see the Amamo. Monfania, the most oversized issues. If you don't occupy me, Sarge, sending some, and then you are no press for you. To take a pass, the Mr. Donkor can many yard. No, say, and to be any couple. That's our papa. If that's one that can such a day that way, not say, we need to know who the food and Fano and replace it, papa.
Thank you. Yadase, Papa. Right, viewers. So that was the contribution from Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, one of the leading pastors, of course, in the Ashanti region. He's put his voice, or he's added his voice. He's come down from his pulpit, from his high office of the pulpit, to add his voice to the suffering of the teeming masses, especially depositors who have their funds locked up, as Mr. Donkor was saying. Reverend. Right.
And our president, our argument was a yampa. Say, but nipa di Chicago to bank.
Right.
That's a bank, a customer do innocent. Because it's a Bank of Ghana responsibility to protect the bank. And to Muntu Obiak, as a matter of fact, President was very emphatic. Say customer do innocent. And the Bank of Ghana paid them fully.
Right.
And also say, we'll pay them fully. We are we're making provision for employees, you know.
Okay.
In our account. And on the amount.
I don't know. I mean,
and that feedback.
Okay.
So we're President Kai. Oh, Mr. Daya, we are very happy. This is indeed a listening president.
Okay.
President Autie nam for seminar or Yamao. And T N J Pa.
Right.
And T Eric Nipano so confirm was a cigano ya diamano. What does he? Aha. Now ya diamawa. Also, when your validation in here, and Kabe the total amount of here. What the chemu? When your validation, Kabe the total amount we put in that. You have done look, go to their branch. All the workers there, they are just almost saying, I need the data. And the validation be possible.
Okay.
Pay the money. Look, Mammy Chum critical before and son of my Samin V or Casse, Abaya Gubank. Where Mammy Chum? The guy is doing some strategic payment. And let's look at the strategic payment. I'm not starting payment, you know. Or say it's like 5 billion. Or targeting companies. Or see rural banks. Institutions be NGOs. Musika keseka sebi da ho. And when you say some of you know any population don't. But musika no super.
Okay.
We are rather thinking say and kesika da will be 3 million. One man crack mama ubet mama cash be half. 1.5 million big money. Now can count the bond amount. But big ones companies now and most now musika kekere we training na. And to catch you say we pay about 10,000 something out of population and then now on what's your validation when you about 350,000 be another wa confirm out of 15,000 was this sika we pay amount is almost 1 billion. So you should know that the quantum of money. Open there 3 billion, we're turning 3 million Ghana cedi, 30 billion, we're turning now cash. But vulnerable groups now with the Susan, I'm not do so down. I'm not do so. The 100,000
the strategy of paying
big money to few people.
Right.
And down now. When you buy one, we have 100 million.
5,000, 3,000, 2,000.
100 million, but we have 1 million people. We see the strategic payment. So that we track a sianwa. Almost the area, Nipana, we 1,000 pay. 1,000 or any President Abado. No more 100,000 people, and now 1 million more down. And getting over 1,000 won't hear. Into almost never quite. And those people too, the opposition can easily do politics with them. I know that's happening in the press conference, and it's carrying them along. Look, don't underestimate. And Jay said, unless you're 50 plus 1, it means that one vote to Kulano at Mima win the election. What I say? The question is that what the betting mean. You also the young fancy was it? Young someone nipa. Into wood there, Miss Me dear near the account now. You are president and I'm a boy. And you want to make us say so be a distress. na say obi di obey propaganda no one winning one you will sit down for the person to go away.
Okay.
Anything you can watch
until where point back one you took from the press conference.
Yes, one said or yes strategic payment.
Okay.
What I said. Right. And because of that, downstream vulnerable groups no am doso. No am so dia no won tua. Mo dia no say mema won. Ebi o ha mema wa hwe kan you imagine. Obi a vulnerable group also mema no won in 5 years. Na company there 3 million Ghana cedi no and one man cash.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
A problem with the strategy.
Strategy number 2.
Okay.
I'm interested to see. Strategically, baby, I dominated MPP stronghold, on those look, champion. The world, this Ghana here, geographical strategy. Would, as a fact, to say, Obia party be on stronghold. Am I lying? Yes. And the banks and also in different angles.
Okay.
First Allied started from in Kumasi, Ashanti region. And like Reverend also like I said, onya information from magazine. This a magazine magazine abo so kan in Kumasi. This important nyama. And here I call local sabio obo okrambo or to ade wie no. On Franco Fanyama, and you want to be Fantono, and to the back of Topango. Nabia say, or Craniaman and a bar, no dear Tiaka. Immediately, I did not local.
And to GD said, why should I?
And the Niamita said, Sub banks and a beefy, Ashanti region, a beefy. Ashanti region dominated on Fia. I'm not that strategic. Mina make a look, first I like. Oh dear, I'm a friend of Waka. All the customers, me say me work, Madam B, need dear Wahana, was 10,000. Meanwhile, crap was a cash, I would share a component of a cup of 70,000. I didn't know, I mean, or the 10, need their 10,000.
Yeah, sure, say you beautiful lines now, you bet more customers.
And yes, I'm going to do. And strategically, me cause disaffection, I'm a president, no me pia hadie. And that is exactly what you hear. And who is sitting down looking at this to do that? Okay. What is it? Meanwhile, I confirm say what seriously was sick. So why the woman selling banana now is 10,000 to that person is a big money. Or no, I need 10,000 in
to me, family.
Now what your company? Because you see company there, no. I'm not try about to me no percentage wise.
Right.
What I say? I will see can 3 million Ghana cedi. Oh, mommy, 20%. I'm training now. Ni a junior the wheel. I don't bonnie. Near cause disaffection, my president.
Okay.
But by all standard, I will work better policies. Look, president policies, you know. You should be able to win president this vote by almost 60%.
Fantastic.
What does it mean? Onya less than 50%. 60%. What does it? But like Reverend and near maybe back cause disaffection.
Okay, still on the press conference. Any other issues who take notice who person responded to?
Yo.
Okay.
Another time you taking notice, listen.
Right.
Strategically, some or your politics will see Abayo good banks. What I say? 347 microfinances, 23 savings and loans and other things. In the country, about 400 banks. Now we are sensitive government. We will do all these banks. Now I'm going to find all those. And you see, ordinary person sitting down there. Yes, sir. And they say they're casual. And the way I'm over rapon. No, what you say? What you say? Did me notify and said, Debbie, I did was here explaining why. Look, some just visual listening. My on the
5th January 2016.
Really,
Bank of Ghana revokes license of 70 microfinance companies.
What is it?
Yes.
Who Ghana how to?
There we go.
Where your friend is silence person. When you Some microfinance when we na problem. What is it? And I'm on now we na insolvent until they revoke it, and they didn't even announce. And you know what was we see the microfinance near revoke license. And you're silent. Mammy Muba Angel, one. Cedar House Microfinance Limited, 2016 you license. Easy Access Microfinance Limited.
And to the upper chain, some microfinance institutions were collapsed in 2016. Viewers so come along with us.
Yes.
And to the old purchase is here and said there was also closing down of financial institutions in 2016, amounting to 70.
70. And more than before the DKM.
And okay.
Where you now what they did, it was silent. And you wouldn't say, as at now, baby, I'm this bank, customers now this bank, and they thought to say, when we are part of the president, they are you wouldn't say, visa when come. Okay. Not now we say a revoke and to when come.
Okay.
And you know, I with him. We expect to say, and Kawaku, at least customer they should be free.
So these collapsed banks in 2016. But before the break, let's just update ourselves on the COVID-19 figures in Ghana. With an unfortunate number of 95 persons, passing away, 15,473 persons have tested positive for the virus, and thankfully 11,431 persons have made full recoveries. What an interesting news. We'll be back talking more about the Financial Friday. We'll be right back.
A YouTube channel,
of course, and cherished viewers in the Ashanti region, especially Magazine, where they are watching the dialogue this morning. Just a few quick messages. The receiver is so irritating. He should be sacked. He is creating unpopularity for the president. I strongly believe this is deliberate from Mr. Nipa, the receiver. Stephen Ofori says, Mr. Nipa is an enemy of progress. Why so long to maintain him? Ma says, big up to the young artist. God bless your beginnings and take you to higher places. Right, now welcome back into the studio again. This is the dialogue with Mr. Donkor and myself. We'll still discussing issues concerning the depositors' accounts of funds which are locked up somewhere between the receiver and, of course, the banks. We are going back to the phone lines and go back to Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, who we understand has another important thing to tell us. Reverend, Akwa Babium.
Yes, sir. Number 37.
Pacho Boko. Now, yes, now.
Me bacho se me kasa e backline.
Oh, a backline. Yetio. Yes, now will be can be.
Yo. Machine. We dey play kasa nchakra na idana. Yemi Mr. Donkor to us. In fact, the Mr. Donkor let me start with you.
Okay, well just
see after for fast and packet frame.
Oh, okay.
Not as for you more interested with this
issue.
And near my way are there a bit me a harding.
Okay.
Because you were about to ask him. Oh, maybe a minute. Me can't idea how mine.
Right.
You see, can now be. I only send you a submit them to me. Come. Mr. Donkor. There's a 2016 and banks need started equally in problems. By a company that don't Brahmani Mahama, any NBC, woman Chelsea can be a movie. Microfinance, 2016. They bring a problem, said Mr. Donkor.
Right.
But what was there? Player Nana Kufuado, Ebu Nimine, Na Yamia, Niama Kosukama, no one person issue with your propaganda. abro mu time o man tia but o mu tia so o mu ba de o tia ni na de amanko for microfinance no o mu akwa akodi we say a strategy no go so mu issue
okay
na the entire masamba ahoma no so ni say eniama we ebetimi aha again
okay
it make us am be can say Nathan at the worst of advice Emma David here the same Nathan to Beshibafo Emma Beshiba here and not in a man Solomon otu dey on here onyamebo take me babu you do tell me onyame to make part a shop what so the advice Emma ministers any amount penny for the team say million and yamadi cost like harding that microfinance issue a man ko go be by your margin say new register no cry no Tuesday start in omo pongo yeah me need to Ashanti region I also plan so na to be said the global strongholds na e work point number 2 magazine for any kokompe any they don't to step part no abu so time no car accident NDC for the propaganda say na say on prima care be an accident more na yi it also show you be any aka ho asemi nanka munchire mu ye nchire ko say na na don car so on accident cars emma the medical ba sa ni class for my penny because NDC for no say na nabo any before person bu aboso kan for adwuma any ko compare for adwuma e to na compare mu ye a luta kwa na ko mu ye a luta Friday ni na mi ado me na me ko mu bi e na me name penifo kasa o hono na mama o mejai kaya sa na ko person mu ye demonstration na Friday it in part mo ye ma me ensa wi the airport to Kamaport microfinance issue and a so kai ko company magazine issue and the mami and service la mo na mo ka battery if you minister Mr. Donkor mi jai na mo dwumadi na sample so na ni pa no no na onya na de so be treat ya sika no said o ma penny and sell so nya we ni pre o na mo ko bi foforo enko na onya dwumadi ni.
Thank you very much, Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa. That's what we had his opinion on these 3 topical issues, which is bothering him, and he thinks an intervention needs to be done on these 3 issues, especially pertaining to the port issues, microfinance, depositors funds, and of course, Abaso kind spare parts dealers, and the so-called ban on, accident vehicles. They need, according to the Reverend, they need a proper detailed explanation of those policies. Mr. Donkor.
Yeah. Also, Reverend Usubempane, near areas now I mentioned are very, very sensitive. Sa unipass among and not your so called airport one send your palm to be my president and you see vulnerable groups I'm only use to do campaign in the vulnerable community.
Right.
Oh, and people think like call you but I'm no my friend Charlie when you put us here into a so show careful what was and a bank issue and we are no who so these are the things you don't sit down. It's better you unfold it now. No I can a crona make us a crota on night. Nasa to me mian now I call a croton and I know mia obesu but obenya 9 at the 19 in the future.
Right.
But who crock one me one day we chat now I am 19. One also Nina what Nina has on fan child as a father. What does it? That mammy child. Wouldn't the reason why Sammy via press conference or say I'm going to 100%, you know. Mammy child, receive an money from information. That Sikana to pay the vulnerable groups, you know, and yes, it can be a Cassiana so soon. I'm said, and no one come to channel. Receiver no etuani nyina de ama companies akasiano into vulnerable groups no so no amuna amudo ase e betumare campaign into ntua what must say companies akasia dia no
right
what you say and dey metua so no population in no so but vulnerable group no and wa onim wa man information say some vulnerable sika here to pay them 100% na nyesika bia into munko promises amuba 2001 and move to 100%. does it make ready? Very, very, very strategic. And you know what me about bold, not boldly. Who will 70 microfinance? 2016. When Jack dime Amobia, not even 1 CD. DKM has a 4 or 5 microfinance, and look what yet now a national issue. I involved with President Mahama or wife and idea. Sakawi you being poor and Kaube to me to save your wife Dina Daddy.
DKM went to actually
and see and microfinance and savings and loans. They serve the vulnerable group, those who are very sensitive to poverty. And he said, when you are dealing with it, it's all you careful. Look, among for we were teaching money at yes, it took President Nana Akufo-Addo to come and give a self-sustaining statement to Kase. Munya to Basia, Mama Kumandoho. Yadia Mundia me ba me piamo. Before answer the customers at Kuma call from Kakranka or buy a class on training Nakra, meaning will piam more than 80%.
Right.
This is what we call a caring president. That one want to make 70 microfinance who warm silence pistol. Want to make 1 CD kura. Meanwhile, who said me ba me 100%. Why should I buy a chia?
Until then, I will patch Mr. Nipa and pay.
What? Look, I assembled in the recommendation. Look, yeah, man, up to next week. First, I like you when Governor of Bank of Ghana, Kenofurata, 1 second.
Okay.
Because the job he's doing is not. One will say bank. I see a prosecuting this bank owners no money sikan. I already. Tambia I receive another bed be aba court be an court abu. Mr. Woody I'm my president I you cleaning no. Me na make a what? No. Bank owners no. Say Bank of Ghana catch from somewhere insolvent me boy. No no. Me so most of them are for private auditors. I audit. And on position shows how we are solvent. And that is the evidence we are taking to court. Who receive our report whatever. Instead of moving the data to one bank to pay every and concentrate on gathering data to prosecute them. What you wanna Mr. Unim? He just want to hold on to the job for a long time.
Okay. So
that he continue paying himself big consultancy fees. A basic or diamond. We're paying you more than 50 days consultancy fees. This is the guy you have to check him and stop him from doing that. Okay. And I'm very surprised. I'm a Price Waterhouse. I'm one of the directors for Kabibi on microfinance. And I'm saying, what you want? And I nipa. I get this fraudulent payment. Who do me advice? Having our advice come microfinance, how they should do to revamp the system back. Customer seeker, I can pass you a director. What do you mean advising in your customer? That is the only way you can continue to sustain microfinance industry.
Right.
One try I didn't see back to microfinance. Champion, who was seeker? Who the back of microfinance? Looking at the circumstances. But if the money had been paid, and I was already say medicine got to work around. That's a bank in Kolo say a bambi Jamaica.
Right.
Who was the confidence will come back. Now why you say now who another director Bishop or no say and microfinance they should put together. I'm saying you don't even know what you are doing.
Right. Oh dear. Toba said, Sena Oju are home is cool, nice one. But just before we wrap up the conversation, for me it is good news. Well, we say what a Palugu Dam.
Okay.
Irrigation dam.
Okay.
Me son, me wo primary school cry na ya. They say be the bow Palugu dam. But the good news today is say what people mun say share the job. I said the project has already commenced. So at least it's good because it's on the drawing table for over 30 years now.
Yeah.
So for that project to commence, we say big ups to the government. Nanka now we can be concerning the amount of money spent in the first quarter concerning COVID-19. Yes, okay. 6 billion B.
Yeah. Well, I think information be fee. The government spent 6 billion more on first quarter. Someone said the whole year has been divided into 4 quarters.
Yes.
So what I say, until from January to March first quarter. Until Yana from Equa and me epo na ho report aba.
Definitely.
Inti no na on say a budget. Inti budget no so no revenue a what project is will be receiving the whole year. We dividing them into four. No? And then you match the actual against the budget.
Right.
When we say whether you are hitting the budget or you are exceeding. For example, ABA, annual projection that you expect to receive from taxes, ABA 48 billion. And we're dividing into four. And I will say first quarter may receive 13 billion.
Okay.
Until all this report about. Now say what the actual receipt no. Now they are compare. No one will say whether we say cancel 13 billion no. Until first quarter report. But then a buy you know report na buy no. And I say because of coronavirus no, spending additional expenditure you spending no. 6 billion. Additional expenditure. They say expenditure we're supposed to do within first quarter. No? 6 billion become because of coronavirus.
Oh, okay.
And to roughly say what's many 6 billion more. Now coronavirus and continue. Then 4 times 4 quarters. To me, it's roughly 2020. No? Now buying expenditure more one can buy 24 billion.
Wow.
What you say? And it's a report on now or the buyer. And yeah, digestion and you almost one problem no because of the coronavirus expenditure nearby, you know. So what yes, stimulus packages, procurement of PPEs, providing food supply for the vulnerable group, then lockdown, and provision of free water.
Provision of free water. I don't know, baby, son. But you see, I am until I bet you next week. Yeah, that's Papa. We are very appreciative. Media addition, so thank you for the teaching procedures. Right, this is where we bring an end or we wrap up the conversation with Mr. Christian Donkor. Of course, he is our financial analyst extraordinaire. He is a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana and, of course, a lecturer as well. We're also thankful to Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, who joined in the conversation to pour out his heart feelings on issues pertaining to depositors' funds and its delay by the receiver. We are grateful to you and we apologize on our inability to interact with you. We usually interact with you, our callers, but we are apologetic about that. You can still send your opinion, messages, and comments via social media handles. And of course, the whole world will read and appreciate your thoughts. On this note, we say we are thankful and don't go nowhere. The national agenda comes your way with Amufa Yao.